Hello, I'm going live today and I'm trying to go live at least a little bit every day over some topic that I come up with. And I would like to put more content on my channel. And I'm trying to work on some content for virtual teaching. I would like to show parents how we can do virtual teaching in if you're not used to the computer, you might not see the techniques that we can use in order to help students and keep them engaged. And it's actually a really good tool. And I was talking to someone yesterday, a podcaster, and he talks to people from all over the country. And he said that he asked several people in his little world that he interviews people with. And he said that what is the most important thing that you think, well, what is the most important thing in our country? And overwhelmingly, people said education. And I am a teacher. I went to school to teach math, and I have 13 children of my own. Obviously, I've been concerned with teaching them. And I've done some homeschooling. I've also worked in Christian schools, and now I'm on the school board in my town. And it's interesting how much money we spend. Now, I live in New Hampshire, and we don't have what do you call it? We don't have income tax. Okay. So when you work at a job, you don't have state income tax. You do have federal income tax and all that stuff, but we also don't have sales tax. So if you go to the store and the item is $19.99, it's $19.99, which is kind of nice. When we go out traveling, we realize how fortunate we are. But we do have pretty high property tax. And I would say it's about 2/3 of our property tax goes toward the public education. And I'm on the school board and I've learned a lot. I'm on for 2.5 years. My term is 3 years. And I'm done in March. Neither does Florida, but it's warmer there. Well, not today. Today it is about 95 degrees here in New Hampshire. So, yeah, Florida is really pretty. My sister lives in Florida. I love Florida. Yeah, Florida is less expensive in some ways because I think you can buy property for a lower price. Although in New Hampshire, it's kind of like comparing apples to oranges, because in New Hampshire you need a sturdier house because we have basements. I have a well, I have a septic. So, the price of housing in New Hampshire is pretty high. So, and our taxes are pretty high. So when you go to the school board meeting, you realize, wow, we're spending a lot of money on education. And there's a lot of talk about how low our scores are, when we go and we score all the children, find out where their levels are for especially math and reading. We know that we're struggling in this country to keep up and to make sure everyone's educated. And so that's why I started my tutoring business, because I know there are people out there, they need extra help, or maybe they want to just, bypass the public school and get help and just do their education that way. So there's a lot of ways you can use it. In my plan, I have a one-time consultation where I can meet with the parent and talk about what your goals are for your student. I have half-hour sessions that you could book, or full, I call it 50-minute sessions. Usually it's like 55-minute sessions. Um, so right now I'm doing 50-minute sessions, kind of more like an hour type thing. But as I get more students, I might need more of that 10-minute break. But I really like being in control of my own schedule, booking classes when I'm available. And also, I like being in control of tweaking my program according to the student. And I think it's a really great deal that we can go online and choose a teacher. You don't have to be, you know, You don't have to be just hooked into one teacher. Your kid goes to school and you have no say over who that teacher is. And sometimes, even if you want to switch classes, that's not possible. So, this way, you could go online, choose your teacher. Now, I think I'm a pretty good teacher. I've been teaching for a long time. I teach the traditional method of education and I interact with the students. So I just wanted to share a little bit about what I did today. First of all, one tip that's really fun, if you want to play a game, get to know your student, kind of prime the pump a little bit for the day. I went to a website today that is called, if I can find it. Okay. It's kind of like Mad Libs, only, oh shoot, I didn't save it. I had it out. But you can go to it and you can type in anything you want for, like, it'll tell you to do. So the original name is called Math Libs, but it's a different company. I'm sorry I didn't have it ready ahead of time. And of course I can't find it now. I was telling my student that she could do it when you go on vacation. Okay, so Mad Libs. I'm sorry, they're called Mad Libs. So you're not really going to do math. You're going to type in different things. You can get these on books. There's also an app that you can get. So here's an example. You could get, I've printed these out. So you just call out noun, plural noun, city, and you can print these out and type them in, or you could, what I've done before is do a screenshot and then write in the answers. And the more creative the words that you choose, the more fun the story is. So once you get done requesting verbs, nouns, adjectives, then you read the story and it's a lot of fun. So we did that today. And then I also did some work on Canva. Now, as I've mentioned before in my other videos, when I'm on Zoom, I can hook my iPad up to the computer and I can actually do Canva from my iPad, which is really nice because then I can write on the screen. But when I'm on StreamYard, I can't really do that. So Canva has so much stuff that it's almost overwhelming. Like, you kind of have to organize your thoughts before you get started because you can get sidetracked very easily. And so this is one of the screen shares that I did. So I can put it on Zoom and then I can share my screen with my iPad and I can sit here and do the work. But I do have this on my computer. So I'm going to share it on StreamYard with my computer. I just got to remember which tab it was under. Okay. So here's a page that I did with my student. And I was able to send her this page. And she could have done it at home. She didn't end up doing it at home, but we did it together during class. And you can, like, make it bigger like this, and then you can just concentrate on one question. You can also, you can lock the screen so that you don't get it. It won't change. So anyway, you can come to the side here. You can get your drawing pencil. And when I magnified it, I needed the smaller pencil. So you can go through here. And I did something earlier that kind of messed it up. I haven't quite figured out how to do fractions on Canva. So somehow I deleted those lines. So we talked about, okay, 1/7 times, and when you multiply, you have to change this mixed number to an improper fraction. So 16 plus 6 is 22 over 8. And then you multiply across. And we talked about the rules for multiplication. And I had her give me the answers. Now, there is a way that other students can write on the screen, but my student hasn't figured that out yet. So 6/35. Okay. So you can also take this page and you can edit it. So this second page was dividing fractions. Since we haven't divided fractions yet, I left it as adding and subtracting. So we reviewed adding and subtracting fractions. And the fun thing is you can change the color for your pencil. You can highlight and all that kind of stuff. So that's really fun. So, okay, thank you for coming, Kelly. I'll go there instead. Oh, to Florida. I have to go make a scheduled phone call. Yeah, okay. So, I'm going to continue with my talk about Canva. So, you can get a worksheet. And what I did is I sent it to my student. You could have your student do the worksheet. And then the next time you meet up, you could talk about it. Or you could just do the worksheet together. And we did that today as well. So I also want to show you another screen that I did. And I don't know which which tab it's under. Okay, so I'm going to go to Canva so that I can switch tabs if I need to. So on Canva, you can go to all of the things that you've been working on. And this is one of the presentations that I worked on with my student. And I just started it out and I had the screen that said multiply and divide fractions. And then you can go to the next slide. I can, well, I think I have to put this down and then go to the next slide. So we talked about the how to multiply fractions. And I had typed in the rules. These are the rules. I've kind of narrowed it down to simple rules. When you're multiplying fractions, you multiply the numerators, then you multiply the denominators. You can cancel. Cancellation is canceling the same number divided by the same number, which is actually 1. You can leave your final answer in lowest terms. And those are the kind of 3 simple rules for multiplication. Then I talked about dividing fractions, and I said, don't divide fractions. That's the simple rule. You change it to multiplying by the reciprocal. And I'm able to take this pencil and circle. Multiply by the reciprocal. And then you go back and follow the rules for multiplication. And then we talked about tomorrow, we will end up talking more about dividing fractions and like the exceptions and the different types of ways that we need to change the numbers so that we can divide and that kind of thing. Hi, Rebecca. Thank you for coming. So I just wanted to share a couple ways that I use Canva. Like I said, you can make a worksheet, send it to your... Now, in Canva is really cool because you can just type in the top, multiply and divide fractions. And then you can get a worksheet. You can get that worksheet and then you can edit the worksheet as you want to. So that's a really great way to use Canva. They have worksheets all set up for you. They have presentation slides all set up for you. All you have to do is add the wording that you want. And you can even save that in files so that you can have it for the next students. And depending on how many students you have, you know. So I teach from books when I do my schooling. We have workbooks. We don't do computer work. And so I kind of keep track of what students know, what they need help with, that kind of thing. And I like the workbooks. I can see what they're doing. I correct their papers regularly in class. But the computer work is for tutoring students. And that's a little bit different because passing work back and forth and trying to correct it is kind of difficult. So there are different ways that we can, number one, engage the student to make sure that they're interested. And number two, to evaluate the student. Because I don't really plan on doing tests per se in my tutoring classes, unless I get a homeschool family maybe that wants me to do, you know, their entire year of algebra. Then I might have to do evaluations and I'll figure that out when I get to it. But for right now, I'm just tutoring to help the person kind of go into the next year with confidence. And we're kind of reviewing everything to get ready for Algebra 1. So that's what I'm working on. And so it's a matter of, it's summer, it's like 100 degrees right now. And why would anybody want to turn on a math class? But it's easy. You turn on the class. I try to have a little bit of fun during the class, and we'll do a little bit of work, take a little break, do a little bit of work, take a little break. And the class is over before you know it. 1 hour just flies by. I don't know how my student feels, but that's how I feel about it. And it's a lot of fun, and it's something that we can do to keep our brain engaged so that we don't experience the summer slide, as they say, and just looking forward to the confidence walking into class. I'm no longer the behind student. I'm caught up. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to tackle this next year. So I'm really looking forward. I'm looking for more students. If you have anyone who is looking for a tutor, you could just try me 1 week. And if you don't like it, then you can be done. Or maybe you will like it once a week for the next 4 weeks, or maybe twice a week, whatever you can handle, whatever your student can handle. But I guess for me, I just really want to find people that are willing to try something different. I don't want to see defeat all the time. The scores are low. The kids aren't good in math. They need, we have solutions, and Can Do Math Tutoring is one of the solutions. There are many more, but I know that I can help. So please reach out to me, and I will put my information below this video. And I look forward to meeting with your student. And if you're a teacher, I hope that these tips help. And please reach out to me if you have any new tips, anything different you want to share with me. I'd be glad to listen. If you want to come on my channel and talk to me about what you're doing. I know, Rebecca, you're doing some tutoring as well. Or, I think you said you're helping kids with reading. If you would like to come on my channel and talk about it, I'd love to have you discuss that as well. And so if you're new to my channel, please like this video and subscribe. And I look forward to talking to you again soon. Have a great day.